You had said that after the game, maybe there was a little bit more to the story of the plane thing. Maybe you could say more,
No, I'm meeting with university officials today, about our travel stuff. So, I can just tell you, I mean, it was real. We're lucky, extremely fortunate. So, with me, everything goes back to movies. So it's like I told the staff. I can't tell the guys because they haven't seen any classics. So, but we're like the Blues Brothers now. We're on a mission from God.
Was there a sense of that against Marquette a little bit?
No, I tell you, it was. We had a great week of preparation. I'm a big believer in preparation and practice. We had some great practices, some of our best practices of the year. Now, a lot of that was because Cody practiced. So that added to the excitement. The guys are excited. They know he's coming. And just the growth of our team. So we just had some really good practices. I think it's always the number one indicator in how you're going to play.
Last couple of games, Miles especially, seems like he's kind of gotten in the flow a little bit more defensively. Have you noticed that, and what do you attribute that to? I
think Miles has worked hard to improve with Coach Savino on his offense, and it's kind of new for him being a part of the offense, whether he's in the pick and roll or he's posting up or he's a passer. Our big man's involved a lot in our offense, so it's new for him. And not that obviously he's not a freshman, but he's never played in the style that we play with his usage rate. Just that you're a part of the offensive flow. So I think it's just natural progression. But finishing around the rim and things of that nature, he and Darren have worked really, really hard on that.
Think Cody might be able to go tomorrow?
Hopefully. We'll see how he goes today. I'd love to be able to get him some minutes tomorrow. But that's going to be his decision. I think I know what his decision will be because I know him. He could have played Saturday from a clearance standpoint. I just wanted him to see him practice more. So we'll see. I would think that we'll probably, if he plays, we'll probably keep him in that protective brace for a little bit, maybe, just for precautionary. But again, I don't have the degree for that, so I'll stay in my lane and let our medical staff decide. But I know he's raring to go.
When Cody does get back into game action, is that going to take another adjustment period for Miles, do you think, or is it going to be more additive?
I think it's going to be adjustment for all of us. He hasn't played this year. He played 3 minutes. So, more importantly, it's going to take him time, I would think, to get his conditioning back to where his game condition, to where he can be Cody Riley that we all know and need. I'd say 2, 3, 4 games maybe before he could get back to his normal self. You would think. That's why I wanted to get him the extra practice time and give him plenty of time to prepare to come. But I still think there's nothing. Practice is not game. It's just not the same simulation. So, even when he comes back, I think sometimes I'd like to have him do it tomorrow if possible, if he's going to play Saturday, because I think it throws you off the first time a guy comes back. Because now you've been used to playing in certain rotations, and as good as he is, we need him. But I think there'll definitely be, yes to your answer, an adjustment period for him, all of us, our rhythm of our team that could take a few games for us to get back into that flow.
What are you seeing out of Peyton's progression so far through 9 games?
I think in practice he is awesome. His attitude is great. He's trying to figure it out. The physicality and the speed of the game have been issues for him. That and, listen, the truth of it is Jules, Johnny, and Jaime are 3 of the best wings in the country. And they're in their third and fourth year of college basketball. And they're 3 of the best players in America. That being said, though, I think, Peyton is super talented, and it's just a matter of time for him. And he's still trying to get on balance. You know, a lot of his offense is where he's just still off balance a lot. And that's because he has a high center of gravity, because he's tall, and the college game is physical, and it's a tight, compact game. So, but that's my job. My job is to get him comfortable, get him where he's finishing around the rim better at a higher finishing rate. But he's improved defensively. His rebounding has really improved. And, you know, when I say that, you don't see it as much because he plays more in practice than he has recently in the games. But I think that, you know, that's all going to change in time. I have the utmost confidence in who he's going to be as a player because his attitude is tremendous.
You think the team just generally has kind of recaptured its identity these last couple of weeks that you wanted?
Oh yeah. Like I told you, well you weren't there because you were on the sprint to get to the after we played UNLV, right? You were on the sprint to the plane with our radio guys. Yeah, I told him it's nice to have my team back. You got to be able to defend. You got to be able to win when the ball doesn't go in. Like I've obviously had do a lot of film study. I kind of scout us, and our staff scouts our opponents. And I mean, Johnny missed a lot of shots against Marquette. He never misses. And we didn't finish around the rim 4 or 5 times point blank because we decided to challenge a shot blocker or just didn't finish. But we're still able to win convincingly because of defense. So you have to be able to win that game where you don't play great on offense. You're trying to get to a point where you can win 6 in a row in March. You're going to have to win different ways. You're not always going to be hitting on. You're going to run into a Michigan who you can't score on, and you got to beat them with your defense. Other teams, you might have to beat them with your offense or your rebounding. So to me, you got to be able to win different ways. So what we talked about in our last 5, Ben. Yeah, so you're right. I agree. But also my concern in our last 5, our field goal I always have Alex do our last 5 games. For me, and our field goal percentage is down. So I've been, spent Sunday, dissecting that, why. Our points per game need to get back up, but our field goal percentage needs to get back up. And that always goes back to, we're not getting as many layups as we got early, and we're not finishing around the rim the way we need to finish around the rim, and maybe too many hard shots at times. So we show that, talk about that with the guys, because can't just play. As Bill Walton will say, he always says, "Coach, don't forget offense." you know how he is. Give me offense, which I'm all for offense, because then you can win when you can't stop the other team. So you got to get better at everything. But I'll tell you, for a 4-guard team, the thing that's been the most consistent for us is our rebounding. I mean, we're almost plus 10 on the glass. And we only play one big guy, and we've played without Cody, and we're almost plus 10 on the glass. So Johnny, Jules, Peyton when he's in there, obviously Jaime and Miles, but we rebound really at 4 spots, which has really helped us.
What do you see Alabama State scouting report on them?
Quick, fast, athletic, not as big. As that's the difference. Miles could have and Kenny could have some tough matchups. Cody plays the speed and quickness.
So would that lend itself to more maybe small ball lineups?
I mean, you could obviously if we have to, but again, I'd like to be able to play the way we're going to have to play to win in March, which at times we do have to play, with no big. But, you don't want to go and just have to do that the entire game. We got to be able to figure out how to play with our big guy and deal with that. Some.
You said after some games that it was pretty obvious you were going to win, and you kind of treated it like practice, and not to say anything bad about the opponent, but is this potentially one of those games where you can kind of play with some things?
Well, my recent study of the net rankings is that you pointed out to me. I guess we're 22. Coach Lewis is in charge of telling me where we're at. So what I've told our team is, from I think it's terrible. I'm the son of a coach, so I don't think and I'd like to, like Logan's wanted the red shirt, so but I think it's great to get everybody minutes. To get people minutes like Russell or Kenny Nuba, but the net rankings and the powers that be have obviously decided that it matters how much you win by. So you have to try to figure out what's a win for us against Alabama State. Winning by 1, or do we have to win by 20, 30, 40, or do we have to, usually you used to just have to win by 1, but when they redid this thing and they put in metrics into it, you could win by 15 and it could be considered a loss in your metric, in that, which I think, I think it sends a bad message, just a really bad message, I follow locally, so I saw what happened with Inglewood. I'm a son of a coach, so I know that to me, you should be trying to win the game, get everybody some playing time, in the situations you're alluding to. But I've told our team, but the facts. Here's the facts of the way the NCAA is doing this. So we need to be ready to rock on Wednesday night and hitting on all cylinders to get ready for Saturday as well.
And I know, just to bring it back to movies for a second, I know
Yeah.
a while ago you were telling me that you were done with Marvel movies once Iron Man was gone.
Well, no, my daughter.
Are you seeing Spider-Man this week?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll see it Sunday. Sundays is my Sammy day. We're gonna go. Well, this is what happens when you have a 15-year-old daughter. You say, you want to spend some time together, get off your phone and your friends, and remember your dear old dad. Remember me. She, of course, she rolls her eyes. That's one, and then she says, "Yeah, I can. We can go shopping, and I can just show you everything I want." No, the point was you can go shopping to help me get gifts for other people, but okay, whatever I got to do to spend time with her. So we're going to do both, and I would assume we'll somehow see the Spider-Man. I would think so. So she, look, she's a Marvel person. Jake Kyman is a huge Marvel person. You knew that, huh? So they're pretty good, and I get through it, and I hang in there, but it's just. Whoever decided to kill off Tony Stark should be fired. I mean, how do you kill off Tony Stark? He's Iron Man. I mean, terrible. Terrible. I cried. Yeah, I am Iron Man. It was all over. Come on, man. The guy was one of the coolest guys in the history of movies, Ben. Did you see Iron Man? Come on. Oh, come on. Do you know that Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
No, I'm on the other side of that debate.
You disagree?
Yeah, my girlfriend and I go back and forth.
Do you think it's a quality movie?
Yo, I love the movie.
Okay.
It's not really Christmassy.
Right. I agree with you probably. Because remember when Lethal Weapon, they had the Christmas tree. It's not a Christmas movie. Are we boring you with our movie discussions?
It's quality content.
Yeah. There's nothing new come out really either. I had to turn one off the other day. It was so The Rock and Ryan Reynolds' new movie, Netflix.
I thought you were talking about The Rock, the classic Sean Connery movie.
No, that's an elite movie. Come on. Are you kidding me? Do your best. Remember that line? Yeah. We can't say.
We can't say the final line.
Yeah, I say that to my team all the time. When they tell me they tried their best,
Yes.
I give them the Sean Connery line on that. All right, man.
All right, thank you.